Nation, it's Halo Riveter coming at you this fine morning. I didn't even check what degree or what the temperature was out here, but golly, it feels great. You're probably gonna hear a lot of wind noise because it's like a ton of breeze going on. There's another hurricane that's kind of dancing around the Gulf with us, so we're preparing for that. You're gonna get in front of me? Yep, of course you are. Oh, you're actually gonna cross over. Sheesh. Alright guys, so man, this is my first official ride on not Onyx, Freedom. Bought her yesterday. Did the whole rhythm and dance together in the back of Harley Davidson. I actually usually whenever I buy my bikes, I practice in the back, you know, just to find the friction zone on the bike, make sure I'm good with switching the gears. This is a brand new Iron 1200, and let me tell you, it is pretty different from Onyx. I was pretty sure I wasn't going to be too keen about the mini apes that these handlebars present, or that's how they are presented as, but they're pretty comfortable. Harley Davidson coins it as the fist in the wind, and that's exactly how it feels. It feels like you're punching the earth, you're punching the world, you're just going with your bad self. It's been a great introduction ride to her. My biggest complaint about the Iron 1200 so far, like right off the bat, is that she's not loud. Onyx was louder than Freedom, and let me tell you, Onyx was a Street 500 and Freedom is an Iron 1200, and Onyx caused more of a ruckus going down the road for a good reason than Freedom does. But it's okay, it's okay. We'll get some slip-ons. We could upgrade them stock, maybe. Exhaust, we'll upgrade the stock exhaust maybe and see how that takes us. But yeah, other than that, I mean, this was my dream bike, you know. I went to the dealership thinking, okay, maybe a 883 will be okay, but like I said, I initially have a Street 500, or initially had a Street 500, and then my partner in crime got a 750, the Street 750. When I rode on that bike and saw the getup on that bike, I was like, oh man, we can definitely use some more pickup. So I started looking ever since then, and then I was looking at maybe an Iron 883. The Iron 883 was initially the bike that I wanted, just because, and I didn't want the 2020 or the 2019 ones. I wanted the 2016 to 2018 is when they had that beautiful matte black tank with the eagle decal inscribed on the side. Man, that thing was sexy. However, after I got in the 750, I was like, you know, I'm gonna outgrow that 883 pretty quickly, and the goal here isn't to trade in every, you know, 3 to 6 months. The goal is to get a bike and, you know, make it my own and take it on from there. And I had kind of made Onyx my own, my Street 500. I had relocated her mirrors to the underside of the handlebar. I just love the aesthetic of that, the way it looks. I had, of course, put my quad lock, which is not really a huge thing, and then I put Slothy, which, I mean, I'm surprised that nobody asked me about Slothy whenever I was making videos. Like, how do you guys not ask me about Slothy? Like, dude, you have a freaking sloth on your handlebars. Like, what the heck is that about? The whole significance behind Slothy, which was just a given name to Slothy, was that at the point in life when I had bought Onyx, I was like a sloth, and I needed to take it slow and slow and easy, just like the sloths do and everything they do. So that was the significance of Slothy on my handlebar. You know, a lot of people do like to take riding buddies on their motorcycle, but Slothy was that for me, you know, a constant reminder to take it slow. And then the times where I would want to get frustrated with myself, to just like, no, like, take it slow, you're still a new rider. I'm still a very new rider, you know. I purchased my Street 500 in February of 2020, and I didn't start actually riding until like June, July, like late June, early July of 2020. And you know, here we are in September, and I already have an Iron 1200. Like I said, though, the Iron 883 was the initial dream bike, but after I realized, you know, I was gonna grow out of it as far as the motor size goes, or the engine size goes, and then as well as pricing, you know, it's only $1,000 more bucks for 400 cc's difference in your engine size. And to me, that's a pretty good deal, you know. And then, like I said, I'm very, very particular to the matte black aesthetic of a bike, but she's glossy, you know. And the biggest thing I told myself was, when I saw the Iron 1200s, I didn't like any of the 70s art decal. I don't know if you guys have seen them. I'll probably maybe try to put them up on the screen for you. They have like an orange and purple one. They have a blue one, and then they have a silver one. The silver one wasn't too bad, you know, but they just didn't have that at my dealership at all. And then they had the red, white, and blue. As most of you guys know, I'm very patriotic, so, and I do Freedom Friday. Patriotism suits me very well, and I was like, yeah, that's my bike, you know. So of course I spent days, weeks just going on the Harley Davidson website and checking out what they had in stock, whether it was pre-owned or brand new. You know, I'm one of those people who I will not buy a brand new vehicle just because I think it's the biggest waste of money. You drive that thing off the lot and that car depreciates so much. So I was like, you know what, I never really buy brand new vehicles. However, a motorcycle is different. It pretty much holds its value really well. And the 2020 model was the only model that has the red, white, and blue on the tank. You know, the other ones are the ones I had previously showed you guys, the orange and purple, the silver tank, and then they had a blue one that was orange. It was just, you know, a pretty, I didn't really like the 2019s to 2020 ones. So that's where I was like, you know what, I really, if I get the 1200, I want to get the red, white, and blue one. That's my dream bike. So man, it's been quite the adventure. Like I say, like I kind of preach, you know, when you ride a motorcycle, you pretty much carve out your own destiny as far as what bike you want to ride, why you want to ride it, how you learn, when you learn. It's your own journey. It's like weight loss, you know, you're in charge of it. I don't know why this guy's moving, but there you go. There's 2 rib bumps. My partner in crime is behind me rib bumping. That's right, rib bumped. But yeah, man, so yesterday I went to the dealership just to look, you know, just to look. I didn't even take Onyx. I was just straight out of work, got out a little early yesterday, went to the dealership just to look. The guy that I always deal with, he's a great salesman. He's always been on me, you know, since day one, since I met him whenever I went to the Harley Davidson Riding Academy. And he's always been on me like, hey, like, how you doing? Like, from day one when I was at the Riding Academy, he was talking to me about bikes. So I stick with him because he's a great dude. He texts me occasionally. He's always very great with the follow-up. That's why I love Harley Davidson, you know, but especially him. They're just good people. They're good people. And he was like, well, let's see what we can do for you. I got a lot of good deals for you. They called me this weekend. It wasn't him. It was his sales manager that called me. It was his sales manager that called me this weekend, and he was like, hey, I got some great deals on Sportsters. You know, Jonathan was telling me that you were really interested in a Sportster and I want to get you in one. We have really great deals going on right now. I'm like, oh my God, these guys. Needless to say, you know, they don't know that I'm on the San Jacinto Harley Davidson website like every freaking day. And I know, like, I'm like, okay, yesterday they had 68 pre-owned bikes, and I'm like, oh, 72. Okay, so there's like a few new ones. Let me see which ones are the new ones. Like, I am on it, you know. I love motorcycles. I dream about motorcycles. I think about motorcycles. I want a motorcycle. I have a motorcycle. But so yesterday I went in, and you know, my sales guy was at lunch, and he was having a late lunch because we didn't get out that early. And he was like, they're like, hey, yeah, Jonathan will be with you. They know, you know, they're really good at knowing that. You know, I didn't tell them, well, I'm waiting for Jonathan. They told me, hey, what's up? Like, Jonathan's gonna be here. He's just on lunch. Like, okay. So you know, they start coming up, and I was like, hey, you guys have any more Sportsters? I know they have a ton of block iron 83s. I don't want them unless they've been upgraded to a 1200 engine, you know. And they're like, no, that's the only Sportsters we have. And it was like one that was the blue one. It was dented on the tank. They had a 48, which I don't really want the 48. It's a higher cost bike, but it also has a super small, that peanut tank, it does not work for me, you know. Like, I get to be filling up every like 75 to 100 miles. It's ridiculous. So I was like, you know what, I don't want the 48. The aesthetic is really nice, mean looking. It has some big old tires in the front. It's just a nice looking, mean looking bike, but I mean, it's not worth it for the price and the constant having to fill up on gas, you know. It just wouldn't be worth it for me in the long run. But so I was like, okay, we'll just wait for Jonathan. They told me, I was like, you guys have any more Sportsters? Because they didn't have, you know, the one I had wanted, and I had seen their website and I saw that they had some pre-owned, I mean some brand new irons as far as the red, white, and blue on the tank, and they're like, oh no, that's all he has. So I was really bummed. I'm like, oh heck no, man, like this is ridiculous. I can't do this. I want, like, if I'm going to spend big bucks, because when I had purchased Onyx, she was a low-cost bike. I was like, if I'm going to spend, you know, a decent amount of money, a good chunk of change on a bike, I want it to be mine, you know, because I'm going to build it out. I want it to be mine off the get-go. Long story short, they had some brand new ones, you know, and you know, that's how I came to have freedom. And ever since then, it's been good. You know, that was yesterday, which when you guys see this, it'll probably be weeks ago. But it's great. It's been great. But that's the thing, like, my biggest complaint is I can't hear the bike, so I don't know what I'm doing with her half the time. And let's see, where are we gonna park? Let's go over here. Like, you can't hear the engine, so whenever she's screaming at you, you know, I can't really hear it when I'm on the road. So we need to really work on that. I'm probably gonna get some slip-ons exhaust, you know, for her, because I can't do this. Can't do it. Well, we made it to the shoreline. Gotta put her in neutral. There we go. And off.